Hi everyone, it's Monday. Can you believe it? The 10th of March. It's a public holiday in Victoria, so I hope that you are having a good time. I know some states don't have today, they have it a little bit later. I'm not sure which ones do. Anyway, I'm just going to check that I am live on my business page. I've got everything correct, which I have, which is wonderful. So, my name's Anita Mazziro and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. On stage in Australia is going to happen, which is fantastic. We were a little bit worried because they had cyclones in Queensland, and we've got word that it's going ahead. Everything's fine, and we'll be heading off on the road, so that won't take long at all. So there's lots of things happening. Cardstock is going up as of the 1st of May. A basic white will not get thick in A4. It will be in 12 by 12. Our packs of white cardstock will reduce to 24, including the price increase. Now, a friend of mine has done the comparison and she said it's pretty much on par with good quality papers. And it's a sign of the times. You know, they've had to change companies. Paper's not being printed as much anymore because everyone's emailing, etc. So we've got to expect that. Now, unfortunately, when news came out, people bought straight away. So until the 17th of March, which is, that'll be next week, it should be back in stock then. If you need some, it doesn't matter what colour, I would say to you, head over to the store, pop it in your cart so that when the 17th comes, if you need the white, you can just add that to the page and you've got your order to come. So don't hesitate, just get there straight away. I'd hate to see you miss out. And the increase is justification for everything this day and age. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I will pop you down. Hello, Jacinta. How are you? I was about to say, are you on a lunch break, but you're not working today? Are you excited now that we know everything's going ahead? You know, just the next 24 hours, Jacinta and Kay and myself will be heading off to Melbourne to catch our plane on Wednesday. So, yeah, we're excited. It's going to be a great time. Lots and lots of friends to catch up with, and that's the beauty of Stampin' Up. It's the friendship that's around it. Look at my hair, it's terrible. This is what I'm going to look like on stage because it's humid here today and it's just doing its own thing. I have plastered it and it's still popping up. It just likes to be frizzy. I hate it. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to do a card from the Storybook Friends. Yeah, I haven't even started packing, Jacinta. It's all in the spare room and I've just got to start pulling my finger out and doing it. And I'll probably will do that either first thing tomorrow morning or later this afternoon. I haven't worked out where I'm at yet, so I'm going to get there. So, yeah, I think I delayed the packing. I don't know about you, Jacinta, but I think I delayed the packing because I was concerned that we would not have the event, that things might have got out of control. And I'm really grateful to Alfred for not really hitting landfall. And by the time he did, he had just become a tropical storm. So, but gee, he took a long time coming. Typical male, took forever. But anyway, that's how it is. So I'm going to pop it down and we're going to go and have a look at what we're going to do. So we're going to do the storybook moments. So just bear with me while I pop you down. And I'll get in there. Whoops. I liked it better when we were able to set things up and get things nicely ready for everybody. I think that looks straight. I hope it does. So there's the storybook moments. So the bundle is a big collection. You've got 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, some beautiful embellishments, some ribbon, and 2 sets of paper. We've got this beautiful timeless plaid, which I love for men's cards. And then you've got the Storybook Friends, and it's 2 pages of cutouts. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I have prepped a lot of this card in advance because I have watercoloured with watercolour pencils, and by the time I would have done that, allowed that to dry and allowed it to go, we would have been here forever. So I have pre-done a lot of that. So this is the sets. So I'm mixing the 2 together. So we've got this beautiful storybook garden patch, and this is a great little set for the gardener in your life, male or female. You can do so much with it, with this absolutely lovely bits and pieces. There's like a basket where you can pop all your vegetables in. Absolutely beautiful watering can, pot. They can be used to create a vessel for flowers. So there's a lot you can do with that one. The Storybook Friends is our beautiful, I call it my Peter Rabbit. That's what it reminds me of. And I nearly, when I was typing up the information for today, I nearly put Peter Rabbit and realised it's not Peter Rabbit. So there's some beautiful little images. These along here can be cut out, and there are also frames within your dies. And look, it's just such a gorgeous little bundle. I've been making lots of little different ones, and they're out of my reach to even, I should have got them organised so you could see them, but they're well out of the reach at the moment. Because I'm trying to clean my craft room up, because I promised my husband I would have it clean and tidy when I went away. Said no one. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So I've got here, I'll pop them out, all my little bits and pieces. So as I said, I've used the watercolour pencils to create my different characters. And let's face it, we all have grown up with Peter Rabbit. Our children have grown up with it, and it's just such a beautiful bundle. So I've done a few bits and pieces here and popped them there. So I've just got them all ready to go. So I might bring you in a little bit closer because I think you're a bit far away. Isn't this awful of making sure that I've got you correct? I think that's a bit better. Now to wait for Facebook to catch up. Yep, I think that does it. So you can see all the pieces there. So what I've gone and done is I've taken this beautiful blue from the Timeless Plaid, and I'm going to use this side, or I could use this side. I know my sample one has got the other side, so we may switch it up. So I'm going to have that. So my card base, let's explain, is 21 centimetres by 14.9, and I have scored it at 10.5. Hello, Kay. Yes, bag packed, we're off and running, and can't wait till we hit the road tomorrow. The excitement is just going to be amazing. And you know, there's something about stamping up events that, whether they're local events under the Stamping Up banner or whether it's a national event, it's always exciting, it's always fun, and this is what I like about being part of the Stamping Up family, is just we're going to see friends, not strangers, so that's the best part. Right. Get these little characters out of the way, and I'm going to glue my designer series paper down. This is deciding it's just not playing up a bit today. I think I've got a bit of blockage and I need to undo it somehow. But this will be fine because I know my other glue, if I use that, it's just going to run like a river. Okay, so I've glued that down and I've got a small piece here for the inside. So I'm going to move that to one side and I'm going to take my piece of white. Now, I don't know if the designer series paper was 10 centimetres by 14.4. The white paper, I went down a whole centimetre. I went down to 9 centimetres by 13.9. So 13.4, sorry. Thank God I looked at my notes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fence from the stamp set. I'm just going to, in early espresso, I'm going to stamp some of the fence along the edge here. I only want this more just as a bit of a background, just to fill the bottom line up. So I've got a piece of, so I'm going to take my blending pen, which I know has got some brown on it, but I'm not going to re-ink it. I just want to add the colour around the fence line. I'm not worried about the little bushes in there. I'm just going to colour along the bottom here. And there's my fence. So as I said, you're not going to see it because it will be hidden. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to lay out how I'd like to have it. So I'm going to put that there, and I've decided I want to put something different over this side. I'm going to put a radish in there, and then I'm going to put my pots like so, so they'll sit in there. I'm going to have my can there. I'll take my rabbit there. So you can imagine how long this would have taken if I had done this and you were watching. I'm going to have him with his radish there. Oh, I like that. I'm going to take this little one and have him pop out of the page. I'm going to have Mother over here, and we might just sit, no, the carrot blends too easy in with the other. I'm just thinking, would I put, yes, I'll pop that one in there, and then we'll put another cabbage there. And then I'm going to add a spade just lying down like so. So that's roughly how it's going to go. And I just think it just adds a little bit of texture and colour. Now that I know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move them to one side. But looking at it, I've decided I'm going to add a little bit of blue at the top. Just add a little bit of sky. Again, I've just used what's there, and I'm not really fussed because the focus will be on the characters and not the background. So the sky looks a little bit stormy, probably Brisbane weather when you look at it there. So what I want to do is I want to add dimension to my elements. So I'm going to just curve the pots because the pots are not flat. So I'll curve those pots. So even though I'm going to have one lying on the ground, it's going to be curved. Then I'm going to take the watering can and be very careful so you don't rip the pieces off. I used the X-Acto knife. because I fussy cut these, mainly because I like to have that edge with very little white. So I'm going to give the leaves on the radish a bit of curl. Just create a bit of texture. So that. I'm going to take the ears of the bunny and I'm just going to curl them in a bit. I'll have one backwards, I think, this time. Yep. So give the ears a little bit of development. And the beauty is that when you're using watercolour pencils, you can colour it and then you can come back to it and you can say, oh, no, it needs a little bit more colour. So once it's dried, you can add a little bit more colour and it adds that dimension. So could you imagine if I had done this all in front of you? I know it took me a couple of hours when I was doing it earlier. Right, now I'm going to take the dark one and I'm going to get in here some dimensionals in the middle. And then I'm going to take the backs off and I'm going to add another 2 over the top. And this will allow this to create that height, and that's what I wanted. So I'm going to have the cabbage over in the corner here. So I think I'll glue that one down flat. I might have to use my other glue and pray it doesn't go everywhere because... So I'm going to glue this one down flat. Whoops, put him up the right way. There is a right and wrong way with your cabbage. I'm just going to glue that one there. And then this one to go at the other end, I will pop that in place. Just with a tiny bit of glue and have that sit like so. As I said, this pot's going to sit here, but I want Mr. Rabbit just to sit in there. But I want him to have a bit of height as well. So I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals on here and you're going to see them pop up. Now, while I think of it, Facebook are changing the way that our Facebook Lives will stay on because they're actually going to change and they're going to become 30 days only. So if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, please be aware you're going to get hit with a few over the next few weeks. After I get back, I'm going to get all the pages done, like all my old ones that I can find and put down. So I've got the glue on the back here, but I'm also going to put a little bit of glue just down the side. There's another spot for it to adhere to. I'm going to pop him, I want the bunny to be reasonably out, and that's going to just sit there. You can see the dimension that that's created. So I'm just going to hold that in place. Oops, he doesn't want to stay. There we go. And I should have popped this in before I put that one down, but I'll do exactly like I did when I did my first one, was pull and prod. So this has got a couple of dimensionals, but only 2. I'm just going to lift that up and just pop him like so. That's it. So now I want the watering can. And I'm going to put dimensionals in the middle of the watering can. 2 layers of this one. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue, sorry if I'm off camera, a little bit of glue on the handle and the spout. Let's take that backing off. So I'm just going to pop that in place. Now, if you know Peter Rabbit, you know the story. He was always in Mr. McGregor's garden, and that's where this idea came to me, was popping him in there. So I'm going to pop this one just flat. Come on. Pop him just inside the pot. So he's just poking his nose out over the pot. Now Mrs. Bunny, we're going to have her about here. And again, she's going to be flat. Just carefully lift that up. If you notice, I didn't put the glue on the rim of that one because I wanted to be able to get underneath. So now I'm going to take, I might take 2 radishes, I think. I'm just going to chop and change the paper, the leaves. So I want this to sit. I'll have him just like so. And have a piece sitting like so. So where's my little cheeky Peter Rabbit? Well, there were so many different names for them and I can't remember all of them. So I'll pop him in there. The hardest part of this one was putting the colour in the pieces. Now whether you use blends or your watercolours, that is up to you. And I might even throw a carrot in there. Maybe the carrot would look better there. No, it looks too big. I don't like that. So I'm going to pop dimensional behind there. And this is an ever-evolving one because I'm sure when you see my first attempt to what I have now, it won't look anything alike. So there's that just sitting there. And I'm going to pop that one just in there, and I'll pop a dimensional there and a little bit of glue. This set will be absolutely lovely to use just as birthday cards for children. And hello Cherry, recovered from the birthday party at the weekend? So we're just going to pop that in there. I know why it won't stick. It might help if you pay to take the back off. There we go. That's that. And now I'm going to get my little shovel, and we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the shovel. Grab my tweezers because he's so tiny, and I'm just going to sit him like so. What do you think? How's that? Looks really great. I'm happy with that. Now, as I said, it's very three-dimensional. So if I tilt it this way, you can see the different dimensions that are in the page, just in that front. If you're sending something like this to someone, you'll need to, oops, I'm going to bring it down a bit. Again, I've forgotten. Get it right, Anita, get it right. So you can sort of see where the dimensions are on this. So there is a little bit of dimension. And because of that, I'm not going to put any dimensions on the back. So I'm just going to glue this down. And we'll centre that to the page. And pop that on there. I'm going to take, I should have done this before I stuck it down, but I'm going to take my Stampin' Right marker and I'm just going to flick a little bit of the boho blue just in the background, just for a little bit of effect, and then I'll get my pay, if I turn that, get my Wink of Stella. Just think it will look so much nicer with a little bit of sparkle. Don't know if you can see that in there, because there is sparkle on there. It's just, and I've collected an ant. I've been getting trouble with ants in this craft room. Oh God, I keep forgetting where I am on the thing. Come back down, Anita. So there we go, it's got the sparkle, it's got everything on. And even though that was quite rough when I did it, I actually like that. And I forgot, and I can still do it, I'm going to stamp Happy Easter in Night of Navy. And I'm just going to stamp it flat. That was always my intention. But I got carried away with it. So I'm just... Easter greetings. Look at that. Just keeping that. As I said, it's a lot of dimension in the page. It didn't need any more. So I'm going to open up the inside. Actually, I'm going to flip it over first because I'm going to get my marker. Hold that down. And I'm going to do some flicking on the inside. I'll be glad when I can learn to control it properly, but it's getting better. I'm going to take my blue, just add a little bit of blue at the bottom here. It also breaks the white. Just got a bit of colour. And I'm going to take my strip and put that on the bottom. Just because I know that my paper will be a little bit longer. And come on, there we go. Just going to pop the glue in place. And pop that in there. Make sure it fits nicely across the page. And I'm just going to snip. Take that off. Right. Now I want to put our bunny inside because I've got lots of pieces left over. Let's use them up. Pop that like so. And you might see that the carrots, we might lay the carrots in here. Yep. Pop that there, and we'll just put the other one over the top. And there we go, there's the card. It's a quick and easy one today. So So I'll get rid of these pieces. They can go in my storage box for the next card. So there's the inside. And I'll just anchor that down. And there's the front of the card. So I said, it's quick and easy when you've got all your little pieces done. It didn't take long to put together, but once you've worked out where you want your characters to go, then the card just comes to life. And I might, I'll just put a little bit of ink down here and just a glitter of it, even though I've sprinkled it, I'll put a glitter a bit more on there. And why not add some to the inside? We did on the front. Now for some little kid over Easter to get that with their Easter gift, I think that would be lovely. So I hope you like that. I know it's quick today. I nearly wasn't going to do a live, but then I decided we'd do one. And I did get a notification that there was going to be drilling happening about 100 metres away from us. And I've heard nothing as yet. So I thought it was a bit odd that they were going to do it today. Thanks, Jacinta. I think I was very pleased with the way it turned out. So there was my original. I didn't add the wall in the original. I felt that they were just floating, and hence that I've done some changes. And I've added a few more vegetables. So I'll just come out a little bit so that you can see them. There we go, so you can see them properly. So yeah, it is great that there's no noise. So there we go. As I said, I like the fact that this one is more grounded than this one. This one floats a little bit. And embellishments, the antique pearls. Something that I think is gorgeous. So I've coloured a couple in to use. And I've just put a little bit of blue on them. And I'm just going to pop them in there, and they colour so well. There we go, that looks better. This one I used a different gem, and the name of that one was the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. So they were a little bit big, but you know, that's why you do one beforehand to see what it looks like. So I hope you like that. I think I'm wrapped with it. I felt that the curving of the pots, the leaves, and having their little ears, you know, just become animated a bit, helps the whole thing. So it's a very different look. As I said, this was watercolour pencils. This one was blender pens. So very, very different look. Oh, you've been working on the pots and the watering can, Cherry. Oh, I'd love to see what you end up doing. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. So yeah, so it's a fun little set, and I think for any of us, the creativity can just bound off it, and we can do so much more. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Just remember, I will be transferring all my all my Facebook Lives to YouTube over the next few weeks after I come back from on stage. So you might find that every, 20 minutes, half an hour, you'll get a notification if you subscribe to my YouTube channel that you have it's saying that I've got a live, but it's just I'm uploading all those videos there for you. That way they won't disappear, and I can go back, and so can you. So anyway, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I will catch up with everyone at On Stage that is going, and for the rest of you, I will see you in a fortnight. I won't commit to next Monday, but keep an eye out. I may come live. We'll just see how I am at the end of it and what time I get home. So that makes a big difference with any of this. So thank you once again. I know this is a short video, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. And as I said, the colouring, I will, if I get time, I might do a little clip so you can just see the colouring time, but it is quite a bit of colouring. Yes, Kay, I'll see you tomorrow, and I will be packed by then. So anyway, bye now for now, everyone. I'll see you later.